Oh, there it goes. All right, welcome everybody to another virtual session of 1 Million Cups Bentonville. Thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate you for tuning in. Whether you're sitting in front of your computer, got safely have your cell phone, in your passenger seat driving to work, or you're brushing your teeth or whatever you're doing. Thank you for tuning in virtually on Facebook Live. My name is Caleb Talley. I'm the Director of Marketing and Events at Startup Junkie and a proud 1 Million Cups organizer. For those of you who are might be new to 1 Million Cups, 1 Million Cups was created on the notion that entrepreneurs discover solutions and engage with their communities over a million cups of coffee. So I have mine's in a can this morning. I hope everybody has their coffee. The Kauffman Foundation developed 1 Million Cups in 2012 as a free program designed to educate, engage, and inspire entrepreneurs around the country. Through the power of volunteers, 1 Million Cups has grown to more than 160 communities. So the premise is, if you're any major city in the United States and you're wanting to get plugged in with your entrepreneurial community, you can find your local 1 Million Cups. During a time when these events are in person, and you can go plug in with your entrepreneurial community. So as a program of the Kauffman Foundation, 1 Million Cups works with entrepreneurs, empowering them with the tools and resources to break down barriers that stand in the way of starting and growing their businesses. Today, we're excited to have with us Tanya and Lucy of Junior Achievement of Arkansas. I'm a big fan of Junior Achievement. Full disclosure, I am a local board member. JA is a national organization that works to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in the global economy. Like 1 Million Cups, JA is driven largely by the volunteers that work with the organization in the classrooms, sharing with students principles of market-based economics and entrepreneurship. I'm excited for Tanya and Lucy to be able to tell everybody about the programming and the work they're doing here in Arkansas, because it's incredible work. And so without further ado, the floor is yours.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Kayla, for the introduction. And I've got my coffee with me. Lucy, do you have yours down there?
Yeah, I've got my flamingo mug, everyone.
Okay, super. So we are delighted to be here today to share about what we're doing here in Arkansas with Junior Achievement. One of the goals that we're working on this year is to really build and strengthen our communities that we serve. One of those ways that we're doing that is we're trying to get more involvement around junior achievement and entrepreneurship. And so when Caleb asked if we would be willing to present today, I was like, oh yes, we would love to. Our board, we've got a board full of 70 board members. Caleb shared that he is one of our amazing board members. We really couldn't do any of this without our constituents, our board, our staff, our donors. We are a for impact organization, and our organization has been around for over 100 years. We just recently celebrated our centennial celebration last year. And so we've been doing this for a long time. It's very rare that you see an organization our size still thriving. And, we, with the COVID, we had to push a pause button and pivot the way that we conduct our business. But I'm here to tell you that it's just an exciting time to be a part of an organization our size. You can kind of see there on your screen, if you're dialing in and watching, inspire and prepare our young people to succeed. That is our mission statement. That is what we do every day. And I'm really proud of the mission and the impact that we make across the state. As I mentioned, we serve individuals. In 2018, we served over 13,000 students here in Arkansas. What we do is pretty amazing. The schools, they come to us and request our programming. we are a supplement to the schools and providing the economic education. You can kind of see there on the slide that you're looking at right now. Our 3 pillars of focus is around entrepreneurship, work readiness, and financial literacy. So what we're trying to do with our mission is to equip these kindergarten through 12th grade students on, starting their own business. And, you'll hear later on Lucy Patton and Antoinette from our staff will share about some of the things that we've got going on with around entrepreneurship. That's something that is really our students here in Arkansas, they love entrepreneurship. They are wanting more opportunities, and it just pleases me so much to see organizations like the Thousand Cups and Startup Junkie and Conductor, providing all of these resources for our students and for families that we in these communities that we serve. One of the other things that we do is financial literacy and work readiness. So, we're trying to develop this pipeline of talent with our students. And so here in Arkansas, we partner with a different wide range of industries, not only in entrepreneurship, but around manufacturers, retail, bankers. And so it's really important for us to diversify, trying to get the different industries involved with our communities that we serve, to get in there and share about how they started their career. And really that is the mission. So when we go into the classroom, the task at hand with our volunteers is to plant that seed of success in the students, to show them how Jay is connecting the dots between what they're learning in the classroom and connecting that to the real world. And oftentimes these students, that we've never worked with, they don't see the relevance of school and why education is so important. So we have volunteers that go in and they facilitate our programs. Back in 2018-19, we had over 489 volunteers going into the classrooms here in Arkansas. And there's a lot of different ways that folks can get involved with junior achievement. It could be just going in and being a guest speaker and sharing about how you launched your business, because we do need those folks. We need more impact from our communities going in and partnering with these schools and showing these kids how to be successful. And I think that's, at the end of the day, it's really inspiring for me to see the impact that these volunteers are making. I wanted to share one stat of our proven success. And we at Junior Achievement, we're really big into our impact and evaluating the results and seeing the the knowledge gained with the students. And so one of the stats that I'm really proud of, and it always, it really hits with the folks that I share it with. 59% of our J alum have reported that they go into the same field that their volunteers went into. So that could be, Caleb going into a classroom and he's with Startup Junkie and he's, involved with entrepreneurship. By that stat, we see that those students that we've partnered up around entrepreneurship, they've got knowledge around that. They've got an attitude about that because we planted that seed. And so, we're making a big impact, not only here in Arkansas, but across the globe. As I mentioned, we are a global organization and doing some big things across the country. This slide right here shows our impact from 2019-20. Of course, this was the year of COVID. And, normally our biggest numbers is in the spring semester with the schools. And so we had to push the pause button. And, nobody was going to school. Nobody was doing anything back in the spring. So it really, it affected our impact, but it also, we at Junior Achievement utilized that time to look around and create some new programs, some virtual, some digital learning. You're going to hear from Lucy. She's going to talk about the new pathways that are coming out of the education pipeline right now, and how we are, we want to be there at the table with our communities. Many of the educators around the state, they come to us and request our programs. So it's often not that we have to sell our programs, but these schools are coming to us because of, the impact of the program itself, having that business community come into the classroom. You see that with a number of the workforce readiness groups, the CTE groups across the state. That's in their strategic plan in a couple years, is to get the community involved. So we're really proud of what we're doing. And at this time, I want to turn it over to Lucy Patton. Lucy is our virtual program manager up in Northwest Arkansas. And as far as our programming, we're headquartered out of Little Rock. We do about 70% of our programming is in Central Arkansas, and then 30% is up in Northwest. And you're probably like, wow, well, that's not very much in Northwest. Well, we are a nonprofit again. And so, I want to challenge the folks that are listening and tuning in today, is to really consider partnering with us. We need your support in the classroom, given your time, whether that be a volunteer, or maybe you've got the means to, financially back up a class. It's $1,000 to do one of the JA classes, and we need more engagement. And we're really trying to take this entrepreneurship program up in Northwest Arkansas. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Lucy.
Awesome. Hi, guys. So I'll just talk about our virtual programs and a little bit more about what the students get from Junior Achievement. So we've learned a lot about what we do overall, but what is the day-to-day? What are the students actually learning? So we do have, like we said, K through 12 programs. So that's kindergarten all the way up to senior year. And a little bit of what Tanya talked about is that those building blocks that are super important for students. So when we have these K through 12 programs, they're building on each other. They're not just one-off programs. So I'll speak a little bit about our entrepreneurship program, since that's why we're here today. We do have a program called It's My Business. And that program is a middle school program that focuses on teaching students what products and services are, and how they could pitch their own idea. It actually takes students through the steps of pitching their own idea. So it teaches them about what a pitch deck looks like. It gives them those tools. And then at the end, they actually do a little competition where they pitch their own idea in the classroom. It looks a little different now because everything is virtual, but I actually did teach this to Elmwood last semester. So it is doable virtual. We are virtual first, digital first learning. So if anyone's wanting to get involved volunteer-wise, that's what that would look like until we hear otherwise. So we will be doing virtual until we're switching back to in-person. We do programs that look like, so there's 7 sessions usually, and they vary depending on the grade level. So if you're doing a high school program, they might be a little bit longer. If you're doing an elementary, they might be only 5 sessions. And that can look different depending on what the teacher wants to do. So if a teacher is wanting to teach the program in a week, we can work with the volunteers on that. If the teacher is wanting to do it over several weeks, if they're wanting to do 1 a week, that's a possibility. We also do JA in a day programs, which is where we kind of condense everything and do it in about half a day. And we have a lot of companies that are super involved in that because they see that impact and they see it in just half a day, and they're in and out in the classroom. And the students have really responded to that JA in a day program. They're pretty much blown away that these volunteers are spending their time away from their regular job to teach these skills to students. We had a comment from some elementary schoolers saying that they were confused about, they were like, so these people are volunteering their time? They are. And so it means a lot to students because they are taking the time out of their schedule to teach these programs. And so if I can get Antoinette on the line, I know we're having some technical difficulties. I'll let her speak about our company program. If not, I'll just give a light varying. Yeah, I'll just talk about it. So I don't know as much as Antoinette. Antoinette's the company program expert for JA, but I'll talk a little bit about it. So like I said, those building blocks are super important for students. So if the student went through It's My Business in middle school, they could do the company program in high school, where they're getting even more detail into how to start a business. They're setting up a bank account. And then there's an even bigger pitch competition and kind of a bigger auditorium setup where they have teams and they're working together to pitch their idea and win the competition. So those are a little bit about our kind of entrepreneurship focused programs. But obviously, like we said, we have two other pillars. And those pillars are work readiness and financial literacy, and we have programs surrounding that too. So those are kind of our traditional programs that span maybe a longer time span, but we do kind of one-off programs as well. And those big ones are career speaker videos and launch lessons. So career speaker videos are for pretty much anyone that wants to talk about their career. It's a really great way for students to learn about a lot of different careers before they are, ready to choose it. So before they're either going to college or deciding what that next step looks like, they get to at least learn from real people what their background and how they got there. Launch lessons are super similar to that. They're just focused on entrepreneurship. So we do a lot of these with we used to do big auditorium setting. So obviously it looks a little different virtually, but we still do it well. And it's great for students to learn what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And they get that Q&A time to ask the entrepreneurs questions about what it looks like and hardships that they may have had. So those are our kind of flagship programs, what we do the most of. But obviously we're always open to doing new things. So if anyone in the area is super interested in an idea for a program, we're always looking to build our programs out and learn more. So on that role, I'll talk a little bit about our virtual learning events. So still for students, I'll talk first about our Idea Fame pitch competition. This is in conjunction with Startup Junkie. And we did our first one back in August, a huge success. Students pitch their video. So they make a video, it's 60 to 90 seconds. And in that video, they pitch a new product or service. And from there, we stream them all on January 29th will be our next one. We stream them all on that day. And there's a judged winner that walks away with $500. And there's a popular vote that walks away with $500. So it's a great program. And we're excited to do our next one. So if any students hear about this, send them in. That link is bit.ly/virtualpitch21. It's right there. It's also, we've been posting it, so you can follow us on Facebook and grab it there. But all the information you'll need is on that Eventbrite link. So we're really excited to have that as an entrepreneurship route for students, middle and high schoolers all across the state of Arkansas. So it's a really wide range, and we're hoping to reach even more students this next session. Wanted to also talk about our Knowledge Bowl. We had our first one last Friday. Thanks to Centerpoint Energy, they funded the prize money, so it was a great success. We had 58 students on the line, and what they did was they all competed in a kind of Trivia Bowl, Knowledge Bowl setup where there were questions, and then we used Kahoot to answer those questions. So the top 3 winners went away with the prize, and it was a lot of fun to see kind of the back and forth in the chat and all of that. We did that in Central Arkansas, so we're looking to expand. It all depends on sponsors that are excited and willing to help us with that prize money so we can keep these Knowledge Bowls going. So that's a little bit about our programming for students. And I just want to touch a little bit on our fundraising events and how we make our funds to get here. So we do have 4 big fundraising events, and I'll talk just briefly about these, but all of the money that is raised during these fundraising events goes back into these programs for the students. So if you're interested in these, definitely reach out. We have our 401k race for financial fitness, and that's coming up in February. We're really excited about that. It's our first one. And what we'll do is you'll track your fitness and you'll put in a registration fee, and that'll all go towards competing against fellow people in the area to see how far you can get on the route. But a little bit about our other events. A little bit about other events. We have our Legacy Luncheon coming up in May, and that's for the Central Arkansas region. And then in Northwest Arkansas, we have our Swing for JA at Topgolf. It's a really fun fundraising event. And so we're really excited about that as well. Ongoing, we always have open room for trivia bowls. It's a really great way to get your company involved. If you're hearing this and you're thinking, oh, I really like the idea of a Knowledge Bowl. I wish they had one for adults. Well, we do. It's called Trivia Bowl. And so what we do is we fundraise surrounding that. And then the company chooses the time slot. They choose what they want the trivia category to be. And we come up with the rest. We have Brock on the line to DJ. He takes song requests throughout. So it's a lot of fun. And it's not a lot of money to get all of your company together. So it's a great way to get everyone involved. A little bit more about how you can get involved. So obviously you can volunteer with us. You go to engage.ja.org. That's where you'll see all of our open opportunities. We're continuously adding to that. Like I said, you can work with our fundraising events and participate in that or create your own. Sometimes we have some really amazing board members that come up with some really creative ideas. So we're always open to new fundraising ideas. You can also get other teachers and organizations involved. We're always looking for new schools and new partners to spread our programs. It's free to teachers, so we really like to advertise it and get more traction and reach more students because that's what we're all about. I'll just kind of end it on our last slide here. Connect with us. We're always posting all of this junk, all of this stuff that we just talked about. It's so much, but we're always posting it so you can get involved and stay connected. If you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, we're always sharing this stuff. So definitely look at that. If you're wanting to contact anyone specifically, you can go to jaark.org. We have all of our contact info on there as well. So that I'm going to leave it at that, and I think I'll turn it back over to Ryan possibly, or Caleb.
Awesome. That was great. Thank you for that presentation, Lucy and Tanya. So we are going to open it up now to questions. So if you have questions for Lucy about Junior Achievement of Arkansas, please drop those questions in the comment section of the Facebook Live feed, and we will read them out loud, and they will come across our screen. Let's see if we have any questions yet. None just yet. It takes a second for that to for our video feed to actually catch up on Facebook. So I will start with a question. Lucy, what is in regards to looking for classroom volunteers, is there a specific I guess field or anything like that you're looking for in a volunteer, or is it just any, professional entrepreneur or anything like that?
It's really, it depends, like on what they're wanting to do. If they're wanting to do a traditional program, then we could say anyone is welcome to apply and volunteer with us. We have regular volunteer sessions on every Thursday at 9 a.m. And that link is on our website and Facebook as well. So if anyone's wanting to volunteer and learn more, they can just hop on at 9 a.m. any Thursday. And I'm there talking about what that volunteering looks like. If someone's wanting to do a launch lesson, yeah, that would need to be an entrepreneur talking about how they got their business started up. But outside of that, we're always taking new people. We love to have diversity in our careers so students can learn about a lot of different careers. A lot of times our friends over at the banks, our financial people, love to teach the financial literacy programs. So that's a lot of fun. And then sometimes we have HR professionals do some resume workshops with high schoolers and things like that. So we do like to tailor it if the program is necessary to tailor, but we're always open to new people.
Awesome. Martha asks, what career paths do you see or do you most see being very popular with students today?
I think the trades are super popular and super important. I think I've seen teachers ask for people in trades to come talk about their career. And I'm just seeing a lot of stuff come out of Fort Smith and the area promoting these trade schools. So I think that's something super important. I think it's a really lucrative career path. So it'll be really great for students to get involved in, and it takes less time and money on the front end.
So with COVID, what is the plan, the strategy, I guess, moving forward? What does that work look like virtually for 2021 and beyond?
Yeah, so with it being all virtual, it's pretty much like what we're doing now. So people are already pretty used to how this setup is. You share your screen, you go through the presentation, and we have all that set up for the volunteers. So if a volunteer is like confused or curious, like I said, we have that 9 a.m. call every Thursday that they can hop on, and I explain and actually go through a demo. And there's YouTube videos online as well where I can show going through a demo and what that looks like. 2021 and beyond, the beyond part, not quite sure yet. Obviously, we're all just waiting to see how schools react and how that looks like for the upcoming years. Since we are a national organization, we follow the JAUSA guidelines. So whatever they say, we follow along. Obviously, right now we're digital first and we're not in the classroom. A lot of volunteers can't be in the classroom anyway due to their company guidelines. So we're continuing on, and we've seen a lot of growth and a lot of new cool virtual programs like our Knowledge Bowl and our virtual pitch. So it's bringing a lot out, and I'm hoping to see things grow and get in new areas because obviously we do work with rural areas, but it is an issue as far as technology. But on the other end, it's great because a volunteer in Central Arkansas could obviously beam in and do a program, 3 hours away. And that's something that the students might not have had before. So
yeah, I can see that, opening the door for, more people in different places have an opportunity to plug in and help. Morgan has a question. She said, do you have any fun success stories of student entrepreneurs with this program? I can't read this.
I wish Antoinette could be, if we can throw Antoinette in here, I'd ask her because she did the company program. Yeah. Do you have any success stories from, I can talk a little bit about what I know from up here, but I bet you've seen more coming from the company program.
Yeah, we actually had a student to participate. She was from Parkview. Her pitch was that she played the drums and she had drumstick wrap. So basically, I use my coffee as an example. So basically, she would take some like silicone type material and wrap the stick. And once she wrapped the stick, it would keep it from breaking, because she said she and a lot of her other drummers had a lot of problems with the sticks breaking. So it gave security to the sticks. After she actually won the pitch competition, she was a solo, so it's usually a team. But she actually won the pitch competition. And after she won the pitch competition, one of our judges offered her an internship for the summer. So she did really, really well. So it allows them to actually come out of their box and to present what skill sets they have, especially when they're doing it by themselves. So yeah.
That's awesome.
And good morning, everyone, by the way.
Good morning. We have another question from Sai Krishna. Asks, do you have to be a professional entrepreneur to take part in volunteering, or just anyone with entrepreneurial experience can take part?
Like I said, it depends on the program. If we're doing a launch lesson where it's required that an entrepreneur talks about how they got their business started up, that would need to be any entrepreneur, though. It could be someone that's new to entrepreneurship or a seasoned veteran. But outside of that, we have so many different programs that we're always wanting and looking for new volunteers to work with. So we are open to working with anyone from any background.
Awesome. Let's see if we have any more questions while we wait for any more. Let's see. So, just to bring back up the pitch competition and the Idea Fame that we have coming up on January 29th. It was really cool experience for me to be able to see, all the variety of ideas that we had come in last summer. And I think the youngest was probably 4th or 5th grade with an idea for a business. When I was in 4th or 5th grade, I was playing Super Nintendo, didn't really care about the concept of starting a business. So it's really cool to see the progression of those ideas over the span of an event like that. If we don't have any more questions in the comment, we always end 1 Million Cups with the same question, and that question is this: what can we as a community do to help y'all?
I think for me, we're always looking for connections. Obviously, I left with a slide, connect with us. We're always looking to grow our volunteers, grow our partner organizations. So if you guys know a teacher that's maybe would use these programs, it's free to teachers. So let them know. If you know someone that would like to volunteer, or if you would want to volunteer, connect with us. We're always looking to make more connections and grow our impact throughout the state to different students. So that's what I'll leave on, is we're just always looking to connect and make new partnerships.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate y'all for presenting today. You're welcome to come back anytime to talk about, different programs y'all have coming up and anything like that. We appreciate y'all. Want to give a shout out to Brian. You haven't seen him, but he's behind the scenes working our stream, our stream extraordinaire. He does an incredible job. We really appreciate Brian of Go Rogue X. In the comment section of our Facebook Live feed, you'll find the links to that Idea Fame event. You'll find the link to the Junior Achievement of Arkansas website, so you can contact them, find out more information. And we hope everyone has a great day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.